Hello everyone. New IAS is bringing you a new concept, a new initiative for learning science and technology. We have a lot of trends increasing in prelims, UPC prelims, with more questions coming from science and technology and mostly from the current affairs portion. So if we just see the last 3 years, 2018, 17 and 16, we can see 10 questions from 2018. We had from areas biotechnology, space, the computers, information communication and defense research, all together we had a 10 questions. Then we had in 2016 again 11 questions. Again, if we view certain backward years, we can see 12 questions coming from, and certain areas are mostly biotechnology, space, and this information and computers, defense research. We can see more questions coming. We had more than 4 to 5 questions from biotechnology in some years. So except some areas are really important regarding this UPSC prelims exam. So in this new initiative called Mastering Science and Technology, we are trying to reach to all the extents of science and technology that are appearing in this current affairs in different areas, different news areas, and globally, as well as India, as well as our continent, as well as various agreements are there internationally. We have to learn about innovation, skills, and all those things. So lots of areas are blooming up regarding science and technology. So this is a small initiative where all together we are learning current affairs plus. So with current affairs, we need the concepts. So concepts are really important regarding we have lots of terms hearing in this science and technology. For example, I'm talking about biotechnology. We can see recombinant DNA technology that is asked in the question. So what is recombinant DNA technology? What is a transcriptome? Again, that is asked in the question paper. What is gene sequencing? What is genome sequencing or genome silencing? So lots of such terms which are really basic in that concept. We have to learn that. So we have to build a strong base to have this, to master the science and technology, and then we have to learn what is the current affairs part of it. So both together will make you very brilliant aspirant regarding. You can attempt any science and technology questions, anything that comes in the question paper, even the statement type of question or ABCD questions, anything, you can just master it without any delay, without any second thought. You can answer, you can have a right shot on that. So in the beginning, let's learn blockchain technology. This was asked in the PMT1. So blockchain technology, what was it? There was a question regarding that. So let's first see the question. Blockchain technology has applications in which of the following? Financial services like asset management and insurance, cryptocurrencies, voting systems, Internet of Things and smart applications, digital identity and verification. So 5 statements given. What are the areas where blockchain technology can be used? Select the answer correct using the code. So before solving this question, let's see what is blockchain technology. So blockchain technology is nothing but, see, you have to remember a term called transaction. What is a transaction actually? Any financial thing. See, someone from USA is sending me $100. So he is doing a transaction from USA. He is sending some money to India. So that is a transaction. I am booking a movie ticket from Book My Show or any other third party application. I am paying something and I am getting the ticket online. So I am doing a transaction. Yes, I am paying 100 rupees for a movie ticket. That is a transaction. I am booking a bus ticket. Again, that is a transaction. If we are going to the PDS shops, the ration shops, and we are giving some money to get some grains or cereals or kerosene or whatever, sugar, etc. That is a transaction. So we do transactions every time, every seconds. Millions and millions of transactions are going on in this entire globe. So there are lots of techniques for transaction. What happens when we withdraw something? When let's take the example of a person sending $100 from USA to India. So he's not sending $100 by putting that in an inland or putting that in an envelope and posting it in the post office, and that $100 is flying through the air and reaching my doorstep. No, he is going to the respective bank or the money exchange. He is giving 100. He is telling that particular service center that $100 should be transferred to my friend who is in India. So what they do is, there is a concept called ledger. What is a ledger? It's just like a register book. If you see to any government office, panchayat office or village office, you can see a register book containing all the data recorded. So anything, any transaction that is taking place, for example, you are just giving the land tax or building tax to the village office, then they will enter it there. So it is entered in the ledger. So ledger is nothing but a register book. Similarly, for a transaction to take, there are two ledgers. I am taking America as an example. USA, my friend is sending $100. So that $100 is registered in the ledger present there in that bank in the USA. So they will enter $100. They will write it along with the balance. When that particular ledger entry reaches India, the respective bank and my bank account, it again, this is USA and it will reach me in India. It will reach again $100 will be entered in the ledger present in India. So it is just a ledger to ledger communication. $100 deducted from that bank, that $100 reaches this bank. So one down, one up. The same amount is going up and down. This is what is called a ledger technique. That is why how money gets transacted. I am just taking an example of money because all the way we are hearing blockchain technology in respect to bitcoins. That is not the only application of it. Blockchain technology has a lot of application. Let's see what it is. So it is just entries in the ledger that take place between when a transaction is happening. So similarly, this happens in the case of India also. Some friend of mine is sending 100 rupees from Mumbai and I am standing in Trivandrum. So again, the ledger will have an entry 100 rupees deducted from that particular bank account. And my bank account at Trivandrum, I will have $100 rupees added to my ledger. That means money is transacted. I can take that money. I can withdraw that money in cash form or in the ATM card or in online payment or whatever it is. Anyway, there is ledger happening. So the entire transaction business, the entire digital thing is a collection of, it's an entire big network of ledgers. Entry and up and down, plus and minus of balances. That is what bank transaction is. Even if you go to the ATM, that is the same thing happening. So we have to learn what if this ledger is controlled by certain distributed thing. If something is distributed along. So if we are considering about my friend sending $100 from USA to India, there is a one channel network. That's just one path network. My bank in India will be connected to the bank of the USA and it has a single path. One entry written there, $100 deducted from USA and $100 added to my account. So that happens through a one channel. Now in blockchain technology, it is distributed. It is a lot of nodes will be there as a part of this transaction. So before we will pause here and we will just see the introduction. The blockchain is an undeniably ingenious invention, the brainchild of a person or a group of persons called Satoshi Nakamoto. Now we don't know Satoshi Nakamoto is a person or a group of person. It is anonymous actually. We learn as a person, but it can be person, it may be a group of person, it can be a firm, but no one knows who invented it or who all invented it. So it's like a parallel to internet. It is not internet actually. Internet is being used, but it is something very parallel and very much like internet. Since then, it has evolved into something greater, and the main question every single person is asking, what is blockchain? So that is a question we need to answer. Blockchain is an incorruptible digital ledger of economic transactions. See, I have told ledger means some register book where balances are tallied. So if you see the current account, if you see the ledgers of different banks, then we can call it as a balance sheet. Twin balance sheet problem is always heard in the news. So every bank has a balance sheet. The money going or the money coming in, etc., they should be in a tally. The loans given, the interest they earn, etc., the profit they make, everything is entered in the ledger. So it is just a balance sheet, that's all. So it is an incorruptible digital ledger of economic transaction that can be programmed to record not just financial transactions but anything that is of value, anything which has a value. For example, the number of students present in a class, the number of institutions in a particular district, the number of hospitals in a particular district, the number of patients in a particular hospital, anything that has a value can be included or can be applied to this blockchain technology. It's not just financial transaction. Yes, it was started as a financial thing, but it has a very wide application. Anything and everything can have applications of blockchain technology. So consider this entire thing is a block. So I've told that my friend in USA has a ledger and he is sending something to India. Again, there is a ledger present. All right. So this is a one-way. This is a single path transaction, not one way. It's a single path transaction taking place. So it is connected by some internet, or obviously it is connected by internet. So internet means it's a network. That means the data sent from USA to India is not so secure. Why? Because any hacker can go and hack this network. Anyone can go and tamper with the details present. Someone can change the $100 to some $10 or something like that or more. So data breach can take place. That is why digitalization has always having a paradox of what about the security? What about the digital security? Now what if I'm not taking this as a single line transaction? I am creating a block. I am creating a network of lots of nodes. Each and everything is a node actually. And one node means it can be one computer system, it can be one person. I can be a node, you can be a node, many people can be a node. And this information, that means the transaction information, is distributed among each and everyone. So what is happening? One single path of data or one single path of communication is being distributed into lots of blocks. So lots of nodes will be there present in a network of blocks. That nodes can be a single individual with a very high end super fast computer. It can be a group of people, it can be a group of organization. Millions of nodes are present in one particular blockchain. So blockchain is a collection of all the nodes, and the data we send is in the form of blocks. So we have two things. One is the information that is going from USA to India, that $100 should be credited to me. That is the information going, and that information is not traveling through a particular path. It is traveling in a very much distributed, decentralized way. How it is getting distributed? It is getting distributed to lots of nodes present. So one single path is converted into millions of nodes. Each and every node will have the information. That is $100 should be sent to me. That is the information given. So that is distributed to millions of nodes. Now what is the advantage of this? If it is a single line, then anyone can hack that single line and change the information. Like instead of $100, $1,000 can be done. If I am a hacker, then I will change that information. I will tamper with the information. I can tell $10,000. Then he will lose $10,000. That person in USA or the bank in USA will lose $10,000. I will be getting through malified. That is not good. So what if if it is in a blockchain? If that information is sent through a blockchain, that means the transaction is sent through a blockchain. Each and every nodes will have the information that $100 should be sent to Megal. That means any hacker, it is not possible. So to change the data, the entire nodes should be changed. That is not possible actually for a man. At present we don't have. That is really hypothetically or really that is not impossible. That is not possible. So changing the data from each and every nodes, going to each and every nodes, we can't even find the nodes because it is anonymous. So it is so secure that once the information enters into a blockchain, that cannot be changed or altered or tampered. So there is no scope of hackers. There is no scope of any cyber attacks or anything like that. The information is so secure that each and every node is getting this information that $100 should be sent to India, a bank in India. That is a safe, a secure way of. That is why blockchain technology has a lots of information, lots of application, because it is very much safe, transparent, and unchangeable, unhackable, uncrackable. So each and every, the block means each and every block will have certain kind of information. So the particular information we are talking about is $100 transferring from USA to India. and that information is divided into lots of blocks. So each and every block will have certain data. So in one particular data, it is regarding the $100 that is sent from user to. Now again that friend is sending $1,000. The money is not enough for me. I am again asking my friend to send $100 again. So that will be another block will be added to that. So each and every block added, that makes a blockchain, means series of information. So what if the entire banks, entire financial institution, everything, whatever we have, whatever institution we are concerned about, they are connected via this. So it is we can achieve 100% more than that, transparency and security. So that is why, that is regarding blockchain technology. This is a distributed ledger. One ledger in the bank, one ledger in the Bank of USA, and one ledger in India, and we have that ledgers distributed to different nodes. Anyone can be a node. Anyone with a very high graphical computer with very high speed can be a part of this blockchain. So we just have to log in to that. We have lots of technology for that to happen. Moving further, so each block will have three things. One will be the data that it is carrying. Now, for example, the transaction we are talking about, that is a data. It will have a hash. Hash is like a fingerprint. Just imagine it's a fingerprint. So this block is having a particular data, and this hash is the unique identity of that particular block. That means this block carries an information. For example, $100 is information in this. That particular data will have a particular hash. That is identity of that. For example, each and every human beings are having a single, only one unique fingerprint. That means I am the person having this fingerprint, means it is me I am talking about. So this hash, particularly for example, it will be like combination of numbers 6BQ1, like that. That it will be a number like that, alpha numerical combination. So 6BQ1 means this particular block is having an information that is $100. Now, if any change in this information, in this data is, anything is changed, then the hash will be changed automatically. So, and the third thing that a block has is so one is data, one is hash, and one is a hash of the previous block. Why? Because block is a collection of lots of blocks. I mean, blockchain is a collection of lot of blocks. So we are considering about two blocks. One will be having a data and a hash. So this hash is the identity of this. It is a fingerprint of this, and this will have a hash of the previous block. That means this is the previous block. This is also having a hash. Now this hash, and again this block will be having another data. So if I am talking about a connection or a total link of many blocks, we are talking about blockchain. That means each and every block is linked like this. See the hash, and we have a hash of this two blocks we are having, and there will be a unique code of one particular block and another particular block. And this, the third thing that each and every block has is hash of the previous block. That means this block number 1 will be having the block hash of this particular block. That means this should be matched always. So without this matching, there won't be any, that the entire blockchain will be, they will say that it's not valid. That means it cannot be corrupted, it cannot be changed, it cannot be hacked. So the data in this particular block cannot be changed. Why? Because if the data in this particular block is changed, that means its hash changes. If the hash changes, the another block which is connected to that, because we have a chain of blocks, not just one block. So any data is changed or tampered or hacked here in this block, means the hash gets changed. If the hash gets changed, the previous block which is connected to that has information of this second block, and there will be a mismatch, because we have a changed hash here, and that changed hash will not be matching with the information that this block has, because each and every block has three things: data, hash, and hash of the previous block. So here consider, if there is a previous block and a data is tampered or changed or altered or hacked here, then this previous block hash won't match. So if there is something happening, then the entire blockchain will say invalidated. That means no hacking is possible, no cracking is possible, no changing of data. So once the data enters into the blockchain, that data is constant forever. It cannot be changed until it reaches the destination. So we can't change it. That is the security point of this. See, this is it. We have three blocks here, and the middle one shows that if any hacking is attempted, that means the particular hash of this particular, if someone is attempting to hack this particular block, the data in that, then this 6BQ1 will be changed. If this is changed, the previous block which has 6BQ1 as the information, they will have a mismatch. For example, the second block will be, if someone is hacking that second block, and the hash will, each and every information has a different hash. If a particular block has particular information, that has a particular, a unique hash. If that information is changed in that block, then the hash changes. So if the hash changes here, that means it won't be recognized by the previous block, because these are linked actually. This won't be recognized. That means there is a mismatch, and an error will be shown, so which will lead to this blockchain to invalidate that particular attempt, and again the data is secure here. You can't change any data, so that is not possible. So if a particular if particular information is passed on to a blocks, then the entire nodes, it's a circle of different nodes. The entire nodes will be getting this information, and each and every nodes means individual computers or organization or anything like that, each and every nodes will arrive at a common consensus. That is a term we have, consensus. It is a term used in the blockchain technology. So if a data is entered or any change or any new block is added to the pre-existing block, that means a new transaction is added, then 1, 2, 3 and fourth block will be added. So the information regarding the fourth block is distributed to the entire nodes, whoever is present inside. It can be millions or it can be hundreds or thousands, any number. So anything happens here, each and every nodes will get the information, and you can't go to every nodes and say that this block should be changed or hacked or anything like that. And once the entire nodes will arrive at a consensus, only then that particular data or block added will be validated. That means it is so secure, that anything can be done using blockchain technology with very high end accuracy and transparency. So information held on a blockchain exists as a shared and continually reconciled database. So it is always changing, and each and every data entered or each and every block entering, added to each one blockchain is distributed or shared to the entire node. This way of using the network that has obvious benefits. The blockchain database isn't stored in any single location. It is not stored in any one, like we are storing, our government of India is storing the Aadhaar data in one particular building or one particular vault database. No, that is not the case here. The entire information is distributed to the entire nodes. It is distributed worldwide, wherever it is anonymous. But the thing is, that information cannot be changed. Why? Because it is equally shared to every nodes. That means that is everyone has that information. Any one change made at particular node means everyone will be getting alert that there is a data breach or there is a data tampering attempt. That will be invalidated. So the blockchain database, it is stored in any single location, meaning the records it keeps are truly public and easily verifiable. So it is very much transparent. No centralized version of this information exists for a hacker to corrupt. It is hosted by millions of computers simultaneously, and its data is accessible to anyone on the internet. Anyone who has a computer and has an access to join a particular blockchain will get the information. So in case of Bitcoin, what is Bitcoin actually? So I told that blockchain is something that is used for transactions. So it was initiated to be used for transactions, various kinds of transactions. And for this transaction to happen, we need lots of nodes, right? Nodes means personal computers or high-end super fast computers, and people who are having that, they will join the blockchain, and their computers are used for this transaction. They will do this transaction. They will do this calculation, because we have a distributed ledger. So each and every node will do the calculations and computations, and they will make it happen. What they will make it happen? They will make it happen the transaction. So they should get some incentive. They should get some payment, because they are sacrificing their computers, or they are sacrificing their graphic processors to do this transaction happen. Why this transaction is important? Because it is very secure. It is incorruptible, it is unhackable, uncrackable. So to those nodes, to those computers, they need some incentive. So automatically, whoever is joining this, their computers are used for these transactions. For this computation, transaction means mathematical calculations will be done, mathematical computations will be done. Only then the transaction will move forward, or the block will move forward. So for those, they invented this. Satoshi Nakamoto invented this Bitcoin. It is an incentive for them. So whoever joins it, whoever has more capacity computers, they will get more Bitcoins. That process is called mining. And the people who does this mining, they are called miners. So mining and miners. So Bitcoin, these terms are often heard in the news actually. Bitcoin and mining and miners, etc. Those who join this blockchain technology, they are called miners, and how they earn bitcoins, that is called mining. That is a technique. It was just invented as an incentive to those who are joining this blockchain. They need something, right? They need some incentive to providing such facilities of computations. So a node is nothing but any computer connected to the blockchain network using a client that performs the task of validating and relaying the transaction. So these are the nodes. These nodes are the what they will be validating the things. They will be like an authority, not authority. I'm just telling it in a second sense. Actually, they will be acting as someone who validates the data or validates any information added or deleted from them. So they validate, they arrive at a consensus, and that is how a transactions take place. Those are the nodes, and the incentive for the nodes, it is Bitcoin. There are more than 1,600 cryptocurrencies, and Bitcoin is just one among them. So Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency actually. It was provided as an incentive for those who do this mining, or those who are acting as the nodes. So there are lots, like Ethereum is there, Pedro is there, lots of cryptocurrencies legally, and many countries are again going blockchain technology. They are taking the advantage of blockchain technology in many areas. So any change in alteration in any particular block of the entire blockchain is validated by each of the nodes present in the chain. That process is called consensus. So this is the term you have to remember. Anything that happens on its function of the network as a whole. So if hackers do any fraud, it won't be validated. They won't arrive at a consensus. The entire node should arrive at a consensus to the transaction to go forward. So any hack or any tampering attempt won't be validated. So it is the data inside it is very much secure. See, this is the normal centralized thing. How centralized thing happen? Like there will be one sender, and all the things are radially distributed. But in distributed ledgers or in blockchain technology, each and every nodes are interlinked. So any information put here, it is equally distributed, equally shared to the entire ledgers. So it is very much transparent. In India, we can if mostly if we are considering about financing, we trust we trust person to person trust. Like we trust a bank, the banks trust the RBI or Reserve Bank of India. Even though RBI have legally banned this cryptocurrency in India, but still we can use the technology of blockchain technology because it is so secure, it is so transparent and incorruptible. So 80% of the Indian population working more on interpersonal trust than formal contracts. Blockchain technology could indeed help across industries. The sectors that are mostly that can have, like healthcare, you can consolidate all the data of hospitals, and interlinking of hospitals can be done through through blockchain technology without any data breach, or without any all the personal details shared to the hospitals are safe. You can even use financing, banking techniques using blockchain technology, because we can see many ATM frauds and payment frauds and lots of things happening every day. So that can be negated. Other data can be preserved like that, rather storing it in a vault or storing it in a database. You can have it in a blockchain, so your entire thing is secure, because everyone has the sharing some data. That doesn't mean you're sharing the inner meaning of the data. That is not like that. They're sharing that some data is added, and this is the hash of that particular data. That means each and every nodes present can know that this is the data, or this is the data, and this should not be changed. So you can use other data, you can store other data using blockchain technology if it is done by some our government. Payments can be done, education, defense, scientific research. In agriculture, you can do like credit giving and etc. many farm machinery, sharing of farm machinery, etc. Uber is an example for this. Uber can be taken parallel to this blockchain technology. We don't know who is managing Uber, but we can have with the app we can book cab. So that is kind of an example. Like tractors can be shared, farm machinery can be shared using blockchain technology, etc. And the farmers will get at very low cost. So the question, if you solve, blockchain technology has applications in which of the following? Financial services like asset management and insurance, obviously yes, that is right. Cryptocurrencies, that is what we hear about. So cryptocurrencies, there are lots of cryptocurrencies. Voting systems, yes, obviously. There is an island nation called Vanuatu, and they have already taken this blockchain technology into their election systems to have fair and incorruptible elections. In India also we can use this kind of things. There is in this Australia, one of the airport has already taken blockchain technology to validate their passenger details, etc., to have to prevent the security breach, or to prevent any fraudster coming to these airports, etc. So voting systems, yes. Internet of things and smart applications, obviously this blockchain technology we can connect it to internet of things. Various appliances can be connected, various systems can be connected, yes. Digital identity and verification, I have already told about Aadhaar data and all those things. So here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 all are the areas. There are lots of areas that can be applied with the blockchain technology. Thank you.